We're live. Guys, welcome to the live stream today. Cows and coffee, cheers. There is no cow in this video. Guys, welcome to the live stream today. If you're watching over on YouTube, be sure you click that subscribe button. Don't cost anything, and it notifies you when I post another live comment. And if you're over on Facebook, click the follow button. Follow the channel. Love to have you back. So this morning, I'm just going to do a little behind the scenes talk with you. So you notice from the thumbnail on the video here, I am not in North Carolina. I'll be back in North Carolina in a few hours. We have a farm sitter staying on the farm with us. We have a Miss Stony Ridge is moving the cows. The farm sitter's helping her do all that stuff. So there's always somebody home in case you decide you want to show up unannounced. But welcome to the farm channel today, guys. I wanted to share a little bit of the behind the scenes. I don't share this kind of stuff with you guys enough, I think. And I want you to understand what I do for a living, not only the dream of starting a first generation farm, but what I do for a living is also what I'm doing right now, which is sitting in a hotel room in Minnesota during a blizzard. So yesterday I flew in to Minnesota to visit Flow Trailers. Flow Trailers, a good friend of mine, Don from Flow Trailers, connected with me, and we went up to Minnesota to visit Flow Trailers, to also potentially stop into the headquarters of Toro to chat with those guys. Northern Tool and Equipment is also up here in the Twin Cities area in Minnesota. Gosh, what other company? There's so many other little companies that I've worked with in the past that are right here in Minnesota. I'm trying to think of another one. There's another one up here. There's some, Lofness forestry mulch heads is right here in Minnesota too. So a lot of, what's the other attachment company? I'll think of it in a second. Me and Stanley, the dirt monkey, who lives here in Minnesota, went to their TCI attachments. What is it? Gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Gosh, it's right here in Minnesota. Google it. Google an attachment company in Minnesota. You guys let me know. I know you know it. You're the super fans, right? So the weather was so bad last night, and I'm staying in Hinckley, Minnesota at a casino resort, which is not really what you think it is. So I went in yesterday and I said, I'm going to be stuck in this hotel room because of the blizzard. I think I'll get a massage, right? I was like, we'll relieve some tension. We'll get a little massage. No massage. So the massage guy doesn't come in, or person doesn't come until Thursday. So no massage for Josh. So just coffee. And this is really the only time when I can catch up on my rest, guys. So when I'm out on the road. And I want you guys to understand and appreciate what goes into the channel aside from just the cows and just the farm. So later this week, we have 5 packages of honeybees coming out to the farm. Their Miss Stony Ridge is at home getting all the bee boxes ready. As soon as I get home, I've been on Amazon looking for an airless paint sprayer. I'm trying to find a Milwaukee paint sprayer so I can paint these things before we get the bees. And that way we'll have it all nice and pretty for the bees. So no cows, again, Stanger Ranch. So we've got honeybees coming on the 7th. We've got chickens on the 17th. We've got 135 chickens. That's 35 meat birds and 100 white leghorn laying hens that are coming to the farm. Cheers. Grab your coffee. Cheers. I don't have my Stony Ridge coffee cup. I just don't feel right. And this hotel coffee is not as good as the home coffee. So that's what's going on. And in the midst of all that, I decided April will be safe, I'm sure, to come to Minnesota. The weather should be fine. The weather was so bad that Stanley Dirt Monkey didn't even get a chance to come up and see me. I'm an hour north of the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul. And the weather was so bad for a Minnesotan to not come and visit. It was quite the surprise. We got bad weather. I was driving through the worst snow blowing snowstorm that I've ever driven through in my life yesterday. And thank goodness I rented a Jeep Wrangler for the trip because I didn't know exactly what was going to go on. Now, let's talk about this because you guys need to know, did Flow Trailers pay me to come up here to make a Made in America series video? And the answer is no. Flow Trailers did not. Flow Trailers and Flow Docks, they did not. We're working with those guys. Stanley Dirt Monkey introduced me, and they make such a high quality product that I thought, I've got to get up here. I've got to shoot a video in Flow Trailers and showcase just to make the video better, showcase how these are made in America by American workers, which is something that I think is just slipping away from us. So that's why we came up here, is to bring you guys along on something that would otherwise you just never see. So I take the time, I make the time, and I spend the money to do this so that I can bring you content that other people are not bringing you. The Made in America series videos, they take a lot of time. I'm time away from the farm. Time is my most valuable commodity. And although beef is a good commodity too, and good soil, but time is my most valuable commodity. But I take the time out to go do this kind of stuff. And I think it's important for you guys to know that I'm doing that wheels are in motion all the time, that I don't want it to ever get boring. I want it to be fun. Dennis says, hey, I got 13 chickens. I hack myself and it time for eggs, a month past time and no eggs. Well, first of all, buddy, if you've got 13 chicks, it's going to take you quite some time. It's going to take 5 to 7 months for you to get your first egg. So you can't just buy chicks and expect them to lay eggs within a month. They're not going to be doing that. They have to reach maturity. So swing by AmSoil over in Duluth, Air Force veteran synthetic oil company. I didn't know AmSoil was up here. Might have to connect with those guys. So, Super Clean is here. Also, Super Clean is in the Twin Cities area, and I may stop into the Super Clean offices. I'm just cruising and saying hello, really. Just cruising around and saying hello. Duluth Trading Company, I don't know. I've never been in the Duluth Trading Company store, but Duluth, Minnesota is about 100 miles away, so who knows? Dennis Hurt, 7 months. Well, dude, it's winter time. Still winter. It's still, it's not warming up just yet, Dennis. So your chickens are 7 months. You should start getting eggs pretty soon. It just takes time. So be patient. It takes time. And if you want a high production egg layer, that's why we ordered the chickens that we ordered. White Leghorns will start laying sooner. They will lay about 360 eggs per year. Sometimes they'll lay 2 eggs a day. So yeah, it just depends on the breed of chicken you got. If you've got one of these fancy heritage breed chickens or something that's, different than everybody else, you're not doing a production red or production White Leghorn, then you just need to expect that, buddy, for sure. Excuse me. My Clutter Garage says, my sister keeps bees on my property. I've learned so much. It is fascinating. It's really fascinating. It's really, really hard to film. Gosh, it's hard to film because inevitably when you're working your bees, it's 90 degrees outside. I've got a frog in my throat. It's 90 degrees outside. So you're out there, you're sweating, you're moving cameras. The bees don't like the cameras. The bees don't like the microphones. They're stinging you. They're stinging everything. And it's easier to just work the bees with off camera. So that's why you haven't seen a lot of honeybee content on the channel, but you're going to see more coming soon. People don't watch it. People seem to not be interested in what's going on with honeybees. And I'm watching ice fall out of a tree down here. So I'm on the 10th floor, guys. And I'm watching the wind is kicking up. The wind is supposed to be, pray for me, by the way. The wind is supposed to kick up to 50 miles an hour about the time my flight leaves out of Minneapolis. So I hope I'm I hope I make it out okay. Winter Park, Colorado had 17 inches. Time for skiing. Who's got time for skiing? It's funny. So here's what I'm doing. I'm on my laptop. This is the world's cheapest laptop. It is the most garbage laptop I've ever seen in my life. I have a wireless keyboard and a wireless mouse, and I'm hammering away on getting things edited and getting things all worked out. So I hope to get a chicken coop next year and some chicks. Michael Blum, right on. Michael, I hope you got my email. Guys, if you're asking to come to the farm and you want to come to the farm and see me and visit, you're going to have to hang tight, wait for some meet and greets. We'll do some meet and greets soon in the local area. But you're going to have to hang tight. I don't have the facilities or the time to have visitors to the farm yet. And you think about this, if 2 people come to the farm, it takes up 3 hours of my day. I don't have that time. I just don't have that time. Now, my plan is within the next year or 2 to have visitation days where people can come up and participate. We'll have a class like a grazing school or how to raise chickens or how to process chickens or pigs or anything and everything like that. And then we'll have porta-johns and we'll have places for you to wash your hands. And, you got to think about this. We need handicap access for bathrooms. I'm in the midst of a construction project. People can't just walk out into the pasture. They don't know how to go over a gate, like how to even climb over a gate. The electric fence is on. People get shot. Kids get bee stung. I mean, think about all this stuff. And people email me all the time, and I really appreciate it, but they email me all the time. Free labor, we'll come and help you on the farm. Well, free labor is wonderful. Thank you. It's awesome. However, I've had people come to the farm and help me and then be angry and or disappointed because we're working. We're going to work. We're going to be picking up rocks. We're going to be installing lifts in the garage. We're going to be sweeping floors, and if you come to the farm to help me work and you want to learn something about what we're doing, and we're pulling up posts, step-in posts, and we're running electric fence, and you're not getting what you want out of it, and you're disappointed and you bash me for it, that's another reason why it's really hard for me to have people, because their expectation is that I'm going to be dedicated to you. And I don't have time. I just don't have time. So, Michael, just meet for dinner. I don't have time. I don't have time to just meet. I have over 1 million followers, my brother. I get at least 500 emails per week, and I respond to every email, but I do not have the time to dedicate to go and meet individual people right now. I just don't have the time, and I wish I did. I mean, if there was 2 of me, there'd be 1 of me here, and 1 of me at the farm, and 1 of me meeting everybody here. So, but soon. The answer isn't no. The answer is soon, and the answer is soon to come to the farm. The answer is soon. We'll have cabins on the farm where you can come and stay and eat the farm fresh beef. The answer is soon. It's not no. So if you guys are watching and you decide to email me about coming for a visit, just understand I can't do it. I just can't do it. And pulling away for dinner. I don't like to go out to eat. I don't like to go out to dinner. I don't like having to eat the garbage food at the hotel here. I just don't like to do that. I like to eat my food off my farm that's real, that's pure as I can make it. So typically I meal plan every week on Saturday or Sunday or Wednesday or so. I'll cook everything that I need to eat for that week. So as soon as I get back, I've got some ribs set out, and we're going to throw them in the new smoker and the new Z-Grill smoker, and I'm going to smoke 3 racks of ribs, and I'll have ribs for the rest of the week. So I have lots of rock on my farm too. How well did the trencher work putting in the water lines? It did just fine. We ended up I know you used a backhoe too, can't afford to hire a track hoe to do it. Go rent a Mini X. Go rent yourself a Mini X. Either rent yourself a Mini X. I'm watching a truck ride by here. It's pouring gravel out. A pack of wild dogs ran by a little bit earlier too. I'm on the 10th floor, so it's pretty cool to watch. Go rent a Mini X. That's my suggestion. If you're trenching in water lines, go rent a Mini X, or if you've got rocky soil and you're worried about it, or rent a trencher with a skid steer. But in my opinion, a Mini X would get the job done. So get yourself about a 40 horsepower, 50 horsepower Mini X. Get a cab machine. Just rent something nice with a 2-foot bucket and do it. Cheers, hotel coffee. I'm spoiled rotten on coffee. I have a Jura coffee maker, and the Jura coffee maker grinds the beans and then goes down into this press and presses it. Oh man, you'll never go back after you do that. So yeah, can't afford to hire a track coat to do it. I'm going to scroll down through here. Yeah. Scott says, what was that movie with Michael Keaton? Multiplicity? Michael Keaton is one of my favorite actors. Michael Keaton, Batman, is the Batman of all Batmans. I think it was Michael Keaton. Was it Michael Keaton? I think he was Michael Keaton Batman in the first Batman. I do believe it was Michael Keaton. Great dude. Great comedian. Analyze this, analyze that. Great, just a great actor. Yeah, he is and when we went to Val Kilmer, I can handle Val Kilmer. Guys, have you seen, we're going to talk off the farm stuff. Since we're not on the farm, we're going to talk off the farm stuff. Movies I like to watch. Now, I'm a child of the 90s, I guess. I was born in 1977. My teenage years were in the 90s. I went in the Air Force in 1995 and served until 2000. I did 4.5 years. I got what they call a stop loss. In other words, they stopped discharging people. I got deployed my last 6 months in, which was fun. It was a learning experience. It was really fun. But I'm a child of the 90s. All those 90s movies are great. New movies that I see, I don't really get into a lot of new movies. I like the movie Swingers. What other movies do I like? All the John Hughes films like 16 Candles and, oh gosh, there's so many of them. What's the name of that movie? It's on the tip of my tongue. I played the song in a piano recital. So I took piano lessons for about 7 years. St. Elmo's Fire. Bam. Love that movie. Just a great movie. I'll go on a John Hughes marathon once in a while. Love some John Hughes stuff. Mike Wilson says, Josh, you're very inspiring. I'm looking forward to getting my homestead back under motion when I return in late April. Awesome, dude. Awesome, awesome. Wedding Crashers. I like Wedding Crashers. That's a great movie, too. Noel, hi there. Oh, man. Honey Acres Farm Breakfast Club. Yep, there you go. Breakfast Club's great. Breakfast Club. That's one of the best movies of all time. I mean, it really is one of the best movies of all time. Will the rental have a catalytic converter when you go out this morning? I'm pretty sure it will, because it's too cold for somebody to swipe something. And the catalytic converter actually got stolen out of my own vehicle. I have a Honda Element that I use for travel, and I could use the other vehicles for travel, but the Honda Element gets better gas mileage and is just a great little cruiser. Got a nice little stereo in it, so I can sit back, jam out, relax. It's comfortable. I can put my feet up on the dash and not worry about it. What's for breakfast? Stranger Ranch. I quit eating breakfast about a year ago, believe it or not. And that's why I strong like a bull. Breakfast is not the most important meal of the day, and I don't care who tells you it is. It is not the most important meal of the day. Breaking your fast later in the day is the most important meal of the day. So breakfast, when you first wake up and you go straight and you start eating, you're slowing your metabolism down. So let's talk about weight loss for a second. Guys, I lost about 85 pounds. I was a chunky monkey. I was getting close to 300 pounds. I was a chunky guy. And I even got lots of comments letting me know that I was getting chunky. Comments such as, why you getting fat? Or Stony Ridge needs a diet. That kind of stuff. So that being said, I stopped eating breakfast. I love breakfast. Now I can eat a breakfast meal at between noon and 2, but here's what I did. And this may be some inspiration to you guys. And I do use that Athletic Greens AG1 drink mix. But what I did was I stopped eating. I started eating in an 8-hour window of every single day, and I stopped consuming so many carbohydrates and starchy foods. So nothing fried, no fast food whatsoever. Don't care. No, nothing fried. Now I spoil myself once a week. nothing fried, no fast food, only real food, real high quality protein, and protein from meat sources. Okay, so I did a low carb diet, and I did protein from meat sources. If I ate at noon, then my window of eating was from noon till 8. If I had my breakfast, I broke my fast breakfast at 2, then I could eat anything from 2 till 10. I'll eat 3 to 4 meals, small meals a day, kind of nibble throughout the day. And I typically would start my day with a high protein meal with as few carbohydrates as I possibly could consume. What that did is it gave me more energy. It made me feel better. I lost weight. Weight just leaped off of me. It just flew off. Now, I did incorporate exercise into it, and I think it's absolutely important that you incorporate exercise. And if you think digging around in the garden or pushing the push mower or getting out and doing yard work is enough exercise, I'm going to tell you it's not. It's not enough exercise. And I know a lot of folks are really down on the gym thing, going to the gym. I use the gym on a daily basis, just about, say, 5 days a week, 5 to 6 days a week. I use it as a getaway. It's for not only for my body's health, it's for my mental health. And your mental health affects your body's health. So I go to the gym, I leave the farm, and I take off. The gym's about 20 minutes away. I'll go there and I'll spend about an hour and a half, and I'll clear my mind, I'll clear my head, and I'll get a little exercise. Now, let's think about this. Exercise out on your property, exercise like walking, stuff like that. That's what I do to warm up. So in the morning, I get out, I do my farm work. I'm warming up to go to the gym. I'm getting in front of this computer right here. Not this one, the one at home with like 3 screens. And I sit in and I answer your comments, I answer emails, and I schedule out my day. And then I'll go to the gym. I'll spend some time at the gym, and I don't eat until after the gym. The most important time to eat is right after you exercise, and I hit it with a high protein, low carbohydrate meal. That's what I did. And that's how I lost all the weight. So if you think it's not just weight, it's not just losing weight, it's building your cardiovascular system. That's what the process is. And I'm a registered nurse. I can talk to you about nutrition. I can talk to you about exercise. I can talk to you about all this stuff. I'm telling you what I did to lose the weight. You don't need fried potatoes, and you don't need all these root vegetables, like even carrots and stuff like that. They're very high in starches. So I stayed away from the starchy foods. And I will tell you this, I studied a lot about diabetes and pre-diabetes and insulin resistance. And I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but if you get fluffier, if you get heavier, you'll notice skin tags. And you guys have skin tags? Just let me know if you do, okay? You'll notice skin tags. And I didn't know that this was going to be the conversation for today, but I think it's a good conversation. Skin tags are an indicator in some cases of insulin resistance. So in other words, little skin tags where your collar rubs or under your arm right here or the back of your arm, that's an indicator of potential insulin resistance in your body. So I noticed as I lost the weight, I was pre-diabetic, and I had no idea that I was pre-diabetic. I was pre-diabetic. I was pushing the diabetes mark. Now, some skin tags can be a hereditary thing, but what I was experiencing was pre-diabetes. So I'll be 46 years old, and I feel like I'm 22 years old, except for my back hurts just a little bit more. But you need that. And just as Honey Acres Farm says, you need that mental reset. Some people are really down on going to the gym. They think it's for city folks or whatever, but it's not just for city folks. I have a social network of friends that I see at the gym. I wave, say hello, whatever. We talk a little bit. I've got friends there. You end up having a community of people away from what you normally would have. And that community of people is pretty refreshing. So you end up caring about those people. So Lauren says, big greetings from the chilly Yukon. Love your attitude, Josh. Stay the course. It's chilly here. It's 33 degrees, I believe, here in Hinckley, Minnesota. And I'm going to stick around to the end. I'll show you guys the view that I have right here. It's fantastic. It's just an awesome view. And I wanted the hotel room in the highest room that they could put me. It's like being sitting on top of my drone. Marie, miss you too. Marie is a good friend of mine. Marie and her husband Bob, or Robert, they're good friends of mine from Utah. So we'll be out there this year, hopefully. I'm going to say September timeframe, something like that. But love to have made it for Easter for the Jeep Jamboree there in Moab, but don't think we're going to make it. But good to have you in here, Marie. Awesome. Marie knew me before my beard was gray and my hair was gone. Let's give you a funny story. You guys want a good story? Marie, can I tell the story of how I helped you and Bob get together? How I posed. Can I tell the story? Let me know if I can tell the story, Marie. I know we'll share that little story with you guys. This is way back. This is back when I was 19 years old. Marie and Bob have been together since I was 19. Wow. 19, 29, 39. That's almost 30 years. All right, Marie, I'm going to tell the story. So my buddy Bob is from Minnesota. Bob, I'm in your home country here. And Bob, we were in the Air Force together. Bob was a heating and air guy, HVAC, and I was an electrician in the Air Force. So we worked out of the same shop. We called it civil engineering. Well, Bob had a crush on Marie, and Marie worked at Wendy's with my friend York's wife, Cherish. Cherish was her name. So Bob here, Marie at Wendy's. Well, Bob wanted to impress Marie, so me and Bob went to Albertsons and bought flowers for Marie, and Bob pulled around the backside, and I posed as a flower delivery boy and brought flowers to Marie from Bob as posed as a flower delivery boy. And they've been together pretty much ever since. So it's awesome. Couple kids, just great people, awesome people. Live right there in Utah. And man, I'll tell you, there's no better place to live than Utah. Utah's was a fantastic place to learn how to be a man, I'd say. I love my home where I'm at in North Carolina. But when I lived in Utah, you could leave I drove a Corvette back in those days, 18, 19 years old, had a Corvette, really smart. And you could leave the keys in the car at the mall. It was that nice, that good of a place. It may not be that way anymore, but what a great place to live. What a great place to establish work ethic. So the culture of Utah is just really an extreme work ethic. The people of Utah really have a great work ethic. So love it out there. Always thought I'd move back and get a little piece of land. I'd love to do that. Hi, Domino's Pizza. Have you ordered a pizza today? Nope, but we'll block you. Bye, Domino's Pizza, and we can report you to Facebook for spam. Right on. See ya. Oh, man. Good stuff. Morning. Grew up in Minnesota till I transplanted to Wisconsin 20 years ago. Still cold there too, huh? Eric's in the house. Good to have you. David Scott. Haha. Yeah, we block them. I've got moderators that are watching all the time, but sometimes it's fun for me to, you're out. Well, guys, we shared a little bit of weight loss adventure with you. We shared a little bit about where we're at up here in Minnesota. I just wanted you to get a little handle on what the behind the scenes is with the YouTube channel, with the social media, with Facebook, with all this. What goes on behind the scenes is what you're seeing right here. I've got back over there, I've got batteries charging. I'm getting ready to head to the airport. Marvin, why would you open that can of worms here on a farm channel? I support whatever anybody wants to do with themselves. Okay. Oh man. That's funny. Stranger Ranch. Thanks for telling the story. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. There we go. All right. So we're going to take a few of your questions. If you have any questions, somehow, oh, there we go. A few of your questions. So I didn't bring a tripod up here to set up there's a tripod right there. But I didn't bring a tripod to set this up, so you guys are just sitting in the window right now. Cripple Creek Farms, thank you for the shirt. Appreciate it. I wore it in a video recently. You'll have to see that. What equipment are you looking into getting next, says John. John, I would love to pick up a Mini X, and I'd love to have a cab skid loader, but I don't know how all that's going to pan out, so not real sure. A mini excavator could be a huge help on the farm to plug out stumps and to do all sorts of work, so yeah. Oh, yep, Cripple Creek, thank you. Glad you saw it. I'm in Tennessee. It's nice. I got to go home. It's 80 degrees in North Carolina right now. And I've been watching my cows. I've got 5 different security cameras in every different paddock where the cows are, or every different pasture. So I'm watching it for sure, keeping an eye on the cows. And there were 3 cows actually, butting and pushing. Eventually, I'd love to have a live webcam where you guys could camera in and just see what's going on the farm live. I don't know what you think about that. It'd be like a subscription thing. You could just subscribe to it and help support it, help pay for it, and then you could camera in live and see what's going on. Have you got the chicken tractor you order put together yet? Kevin, so I have a hay wagon that I'm going to be converting over into a mobile coop, and that will house the chickens. So yeah, still got to work on it. 50 mile per hour winds equals quicker liftoff, as long as it's blowing towards the front of the plane and not the side of the plane. 20 degrees in Idaho, southeast Idaho. No bursts yet, other than Butthead had her calf fairly early. I think Butthead's calf was probably, man, I can't even venture to say who the dad of Butthead's calf was, because Butthead had her calf super early. Do you use salt blocks for your cattle? Yes. And Lauren, there's a video coming out soon. In fact, it's what I'm going to be filming when I get back. I have a Free Choice mineral feeder, and we're going to start utilizing the Free Choice mineral feeder. Mrs. Stony Ridge holding down the fort. Jay, yeah, she's at home, and we also have a farm sitter that helps her out too, a farm hand. Cody, there you go, Don. It could be Cody. It could be. Could have been Cody's last hurrah. Cody was a great young bull too. I'm sure you felt that cold weather when you got off the plane. Not so much when I got off the plane, but when I got out of the Jeep here, it was cold. Yesterday was really, really cold. It was 25 degrees. What's the reason you went with Angus? So Greg, we're actually transitioning out of the Angus, but we're doing South Pole Angus mix. Angus cows sell for more at the market, so that's why we went with Angus cattle. Yep. Now I do slightly subscribe to some of Greg Judy's lessons on smaller cows. However, I don't completely subscribe to that, because I don't know that there's a whole lot of difference in the impact on the land from a 1,000-pound to a 1,400-pound cow. I just don't know that there's that much of a difference. So the reason we went with Angus, Greg, is because they sold for better prices at the market. But no longer will we be depending on the market price, wholesaling our cows at the cattle market. I'm not going to be doing that anymore. Our cull cows will go to the market, or they'll go to freezer camp. So, Stranger Ranch, our paths crossed 10 years ago on the interstate. Wish we would have chatted 10 years ago. Right on. Well, I've been making videos for 10 years, so maybe 10 months ago? I don't know. Missed the first couple minutes. Why are you in Minnesota? John, so we're up here visiting. We were visiting Stanley the Dirt Monkey, Toro, super clean. Gosh, what is that attachment company? I'm spacing it out. But we're really here to shoot a Made in America video at Flow Trailers. We want to show how Flow Trailers and Flow Docks make their trailers and docks. And we ordered a trailer from Flow Trailers per Stanley Dirt Monkey's recommendation. So, yep. Hello from Oregon. Tornado watch in Michigan. Oof. Teresa says, good morning, Josh. Have an awesome day on the farm. We are not on the farm right now. We are out of here, out of the farm in Minnesota. Currently crossing over Dexter's from Angus. Scott, gotcha. Can you recommend a good egg incubator? Go on Amazon. I've got a video or two out there on how to incubate eggs. If you scroll back through on the main channel, you'll see that, and there'll be a link there to a good incubator. Any recommendations on raised bed material, steel, concrete blocks? No concrete blocks. No more wood for me. Been seriously considered Tartar Farm steel. I've got a video. If you go back in the channel, on the main channel, and look up edible landscape. Look up edible landscape. You can just Google edible landscape, and you'll find the type of raised beds that we use. The Tartar ones are good, but they'll eventually rust out. The ones that gosh, I'm trying to think of the name of them right now. You have to go back and check that video. Dirt Monkey is a good guy. The Tartar Farm and Ranch ones are good. If you're going to use them, undercoat. Use some undercoating. You need flow, so you need water to be able to flow out of them. So don't just get the tub. Get the bottomless one. Okay. Good morning from Boise. Any calves yet, Dave? Just one calf, and that was probably 2 months ago from Butthead. The snow is starting back up here, guys. I can see it starting to blow in. Well, that's cup of coffee number 3. Hotel coffee number 3. Well, let's show you guys the view out the front here. Let's just turn this thing around real quick. Turn the camera around so you guys can see what I'm seeing. And there's a little bit of snow blowing now. Hotel room's a mess. I apologize about that. But this is my view from the hotel. You guys see the snow? I don't know if you can see the snow falling down. We'll get a little black background there. Yeah. It is nasty, nasty, nasty. The visibility is probably somewhere in the neighborhood of about half a mile right now. So it is snowy and nasty. Man. But I will be back home in just a few hours. It is a 4-hour quick flight from North Carolina right here to where I'm at. So not too bad. Not too much travel. Just fun, guys. But I want to take you along. Did you get the Blue Tractor unstuck? Yep, you'll see that video coming out Saturday with all those other YouTubers that came to visit. And we installed the lift, the 4-post lift in the garage. But I want to give you a little behind the scenes, guys. There's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes than you really know. And coming out here on my own dime, just to show you, Made in America factory. I think it was really flattering to go to Flow Trailers. Thank you so much for letting us come to the factory, Don from Flow Trailers. And you'll see more of that as we install. So we bought 2 docks and we bought a trailer for the UTV and ATVs. So very, very, very cool. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Hit the like button on the way out the door. If you're not subscribed to the live stream channel, go over to YouTube. Click subscribe. It's free. Just go over there and check it out, man. Love to have you back. You're going to see more live streams probably tomorrow morning right on the farm. So from the snowy, I guess, what is this? From the snowy north back to the North Carolina. You'll see the difference. The green grass, man. The grass is greening up. It's 80 degrees. I'm going to melt tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. See ya. Woo! Give me that woo.